Have you ever stopped and asked yourself this question? What if being great at your job is the very thing putting your future at risk? It sounds strange at first. You've done everything right. You show up early. You stay late. You solve problems others avoid. You are dependable. People trust you. Your boss relies on you. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people over 40 don't want to hear. The better you become at your job, the more your life gets locked into it. You become the go-to person, the one they can't replace, the one they don't want to promote because you are too valuable where you are. Years pass. Responsibilities increase. Your salary may rise slowly, but something else happens quietly. Your time disappears. Your freedom shrinks. And your options become fewer. Then one day, something changes. A restructuring, a new manager, a downturn, or simply age. And suddenly, all that loyalty, all that excellence doesn't protect you the way you thought it would. If you are in your 40s, 50s, or even early 60s, this is not a small issue. This is your future. And if you don't understand this now, you may pay for it later. Before we go further, take 1 second and like this video. Subscribe to this channel. If you care about your future and your family, don't scroll past this. People your age who ignore this message often stay stuck much longer than they should. If you are over 40, your life is already full. You may be supporting children, paying school fees, helping aging parents, managing a mortgage or rent, covering rising food and fuel costs. You don't have the luxury of starting over easily. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there is a quiet fear. Is it too late for me? Have I waited too long? Can I still fix this? I understand that feeling because many people reach this stage thinking they did everything right, and yet something still feels uncertain. In this video, I will show you a clear path forward. Not theory, not motivation, a simple, practical roadmap to protect your future, even if you feel behind. Let's look at the reality most people avoid. Many workers over 40 depend almost entirely on one source of income, their job. That means if that job disappears, their entire financial life is shaken. At the same time, expenses are rising. Healthcare costs increase with age. Food prices continue to climb. Rent and housing costs rarely go down. And here is the part that hurts the most. Retirement is getting closer, whether you are ready or not. Some studies show that a large percentage of people in their 50s have little or no retirement savings. Not because they were careless, but because life kept demanding more. School fees, emergencies, family support. Now, add one more pressure. Work itself is changing. Younger workers are entering the market. Technology is replacing certain roles. Companies are restructuring faster than ever before. So even if you are excellent at your job, you are still exposed because your income depends on something you do not control. And here is the deeper problem. Being great at your job often keeps you too busy to build anything outside of it. You delay investing. You delay learning new skills. You delay starting something of your own. You tell yourself, I'll get to it later. But later keeps moving until one day, later runs out. Let me ask you something honestly. At what age did you realize that your job alone might not be enough? Pause this video and drop your answer in the comments below. Your answer might help someone else who is still ignoring this. Being great at your job gives you income. But income alone is not security. Ownership is. Ownership means having assets that can pay you even when you are not working. This could be simple: a small investment account, a rental property, a side business, even a skill you can monetize independently. For someone over 40, this is critical because you do not have decades to wait. You need your money to start working alongside you. Start small. Set aside a fixed amount each month, even if it feels small. Consistency matters more than size. For example, a 48-year-old office manager started investing a small portion of her salary into simple assets every month. It wasn't perfect, but over time, it grew. Now she has something outside her job. That changes everything. Jobs reward consistency. They reward people who keep things running smoothly. But that same comfort can keep you in one place for too long. You stop pushing for growth. You stop exploring options because things feel okay. For someone in their 40s or 50s, this is dangerous because time is no longer unlimited. You must stay alert. Ask yourself regularly, if this job disappears tomorrow, what is my next move? If the answer is unclear, that is your signal. A 52-year-old supervisor stayed in the same role for 15 years because it was comfortable. When the company downsized, he struggled to reposition himself, not because he wasn't capable, but because he hadn't prepared. Comfort delayed his action. At this stage of life, your time matters more than ever. The more responsibility you take on at work, the less time you have for yourself. Less time to learn, less time to build, less time to plan. You must be intentional. You don't need hours every day. Start with small blocks. 30 minutes in the evening, a few hours on weekends. Use that time to build something outside your job. Learn a new skill. Start a small side project. Explore an additional income stream. A 45-year-old technician started using his weekends to learn a digital skill. Within a year, he was earning extra income from it. Not enough to quit his job, but enough to create breathing room. That is how it begins. No matter how skilled you are today, things change. Industries evolve. Technology advances. Roles disappear. You cannot rely on past experience alone. You must keep updating yourself. This does not mean going back to school full-time. It means staying curious, learning what is changing in your field, understanding what skills are in demand. For example, a 50-year-old accountant noticed automation tools entering his industry. Instead of ignoring it, he learned how to use those tools. Now he is more valuable, not less. The goal is simple. Stay relevant so you are never left behind. A high salary can feel like security, but salary alone is temporary. Wealth is what remains. Wealth comes from savings, investments, and assets. This is especially important after 40 because your working years are limited. You must convert your income into something that lasts. Start by tracking where your money goes. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Direct the difference into assets. Even small steps matter. A 55-year-old worker began saving and investing consistently after years of spending everything. Within a few years, he built a financial cushion. Not huge, but enough to feel safer. That is the goal. Not perfection. Progress. There is one mistake many people over 40 make, and it quietly destroys their progress. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for more money, more time, more clarity, but those things rarely come all at once. So nothing happens. Years pass, and the gap becomes harder to close. You don't need perfect conditions. You need movement, small steps, taken consistently, because starting late is better than not starting at all. Here is what to do next. Start building ownership outside your job. Question your comfort and prepare for change. Protect your time and use it wisely. Keep your skills updated and relevant. Turn your income into long-term wealth. Take a screenshot of this. Start with one step. Then build from there. If you've stayed with me to this point, I want to say thank you. This is not an easy topic, but it is an important one. You are not too late. You are not behind, but you do need to act. Share this video with one person in your life over 40 who needs to hear this. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. In the next video, we'll talk about how to build your first additional income stream, even if you are starting from zero. Take care of yourself and take control of your future.